Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to another awesome week of the GameState podcast. We have, as always, ChickeNeck and Made 'em Wrecked here. It's going to be great, guys. Listen up.
So, guys, we got a lot to talk about this week. We had the Xbox versus the FTC. Xbox, Microsoft won that. The FTC actually put in an appeal. We're going to talk about that and how that failed for them. And if Microsoft acquires Blizzard and Activision, we're going to talk about the future of Blizzard, Activision, and what's going to be happening also with Call of Duty. We got new releases coming up for the Jurassic Park series and the Gex collection, which is exciting. We're also going to be getting into the Shredder's Revenge DLC for the Ninja Turtles game that was released, I think, a year ago. Then we got a new segment we're going to do, a fun little segment that we're going to call Play or Throw Away. And we're going to do the N64 Edition. And what we're going to do is we're going to take 9 games, throw them in a random generator, and one's going to pop up, and we're all going to play or throw away. So you'll either say why you're going to play it or why you'd throw it away. And then, as always, we'll have your game deals a week to close it out. So let's get started. Xbox wins versus the FTC.
Holy, I mean, like, talk about a waste of money, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a waste of taxpayers' money, 100%. I
mean, the FTC was literally just trying to put roadblocks in front of them and stall for time, but it didn't work.
No, not at all.
They made no argument that was going to stop this deal. Microsoft had all their ducks in a row, and they're like, I mean, we've been losing the gaming industry forever. We got to catch up to Sony. You can't argue that.
And a lot of the things that were said from the FTC side was actually like it was more like they were defending Sony than they were actually trying to prevent Xbox from acquiring Blizzard.
Yeah, I think Sony kind of paid it off. I mean, Jim Ryan, he loves spending that money to pay off people for Sony. Okay,
it was so weird the way that they would address issues and like the fashion that they tried to pull their evidence, or like their lack of evidence, I should really say. It was like astounding. They'd be like, "Oh, the mobile market. Oh, the cloud gaming market. Oh, Nintendo's not a key player. We don't got to worry about them. They're not a part of the problem here." It's like, okay.
Yeah. Sure. Then they reverted and said Nintendo is actually in competition. They reverted, and I'm like, what? You just said they wasn't. I mean, what are you doing? Come on now. Nintendo is part of the competition. All right.
Yeah, big part. I really feel like it was just a stalling technique.
Yes.
Like they were really just stalling and wasting people's money and time. That poor judge.
That judge didn't hardly even know anything about gaming, but she figured it out real quick throughout the whole process.
Yeah, luckily again, it wasn't like she was dismissing any of it by like being like uninterested or not caring about it. Like she did take everything openly and took both sides' consideration into play, being, a decent judge. But again, Xbox was able to example the points that they had to prove, where the FTC would just bring up some of the like most left and right wing things, being like, oh, this is going to affect the market because this company is buying up all of these titles, and if we do, then the other company is not going to have any games left. It's like, not really. I mean, they've got their own individual titles. They've been doing it for years. It's not like they don't have their own companies too.
And they kept bringing up cloud gaming. Like that was a big issue for the FTC, and I don't understand why you care. Like I get mobile gaming. Like, I get, like, mobile games. I understand why you're upset about that. But, like, cloud gaming, like, nobody really does that right now.
No, the internet in the world is not good enough to support cloud gaming. Only certain demographics can support cloud gaming, because if you don't have good internet, it will run badly.
Yeah.
You don't want to play a game on cloud gaming if you don't have good internet. It's bad.
Yeah, that argument baffled me. I don't know why they kept bringing that up throughout the whole process, but like that was one of their bigger issues with the whole the whole thing.
It's
Cloud
the
gaming.
weirdest market to address in this situation too, because again, like you're fighting against console pushing company to not buy a console game pushing publisher. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, Activision's not making a point of being like, all right, well, we're really trying to make sure we're getting cloud games out this year. It's like, no one is trying that. Google tried it with the Google Stadia and fell so hard on their face that they're like, all right, we're done with this system. We realized in the first year and a half that we're not making money. We are, in fact, losing millions of dollars. We're just going to cut our losses. And then everybody else that even tried to dip their toes in, we're like, all right, well, we're going to make a little handheld device that can hold your phone, which is already going to connect to our other existing markets. And if you want to try to cloud game, it's there for you. But we're not pushing extra titles for it. It's not like there's any exclusivity behind it. Any game that's there has already been on a console 5 to 10 years ago.
Yeah, well, Microsoft won. I think it was Thursday, or was it Thursday?
I think it's Thursday they announced it, yeah.
The judge made the decision, and literally today, the FTC put in an appeal, and I think it got denied already.
It got denied. So the only thing keeping Microsoft from completely closing the deal, which they're working right now, I think the CMA they're working a deal out so the CMA will approve it, and it's getting ready to go through. So this thing,
I think it's going to be. I think they'll be owners of Activision and Blizzard by Monday morning.
By Monday morning, they will own Activision Blizzard.
Well, they've already gone ahead. Sorry, you go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Rick. Go ahead.
They've already addressed the shareholders, being like, be aware that the likely sale of the company is going ahead, and the transferences of your share in your market is going to be either addressed as a sale, or you're going to be advised about how it's going to become a share within Microsoft. And then Microsoft's stock jumped almost the day of the finalization of the first court battle, and then when the appeal went through, it jumped again. So again, you can already tell Microsoft's well already on its feet towards getting this market, and Activision has been wholly ready to just sell anyway. So I mean, what's left to stop you? The tape is practically cut for them already.
Yeah, right there. I just read right here that the stocks have already been removed, citing that the deal is pretty much getting ready to go through. So it's going to be Microsoft stock instead of Activision Blizzard. You're just getting transferred over. They know it's getting ready to close.
Exactly. But guys, I want to take a second to let you everybody listening or watching, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. It helps us out. It's very simple. It's free. Click that little like button, subscribe, and hit that little noti bell, because you don't want to miss a podcast. We're every Monday morning, and follow us on Spotify. You can listen to us over there. But back to what we were talking about.
Make sure you put your comments in there and tell us what you think about this Microsoft Activision deal. Let us know what you think about it too.
Yeah, we're always interested to hear what you guys think. But back to it. This is gonna create an interesting future for Blizzard and Activision, and especially for Call of Duty.
Yeah.
So I think something bad's going to happen over at Activision. The CEO is definitely getting fired. They already announced that.
Yeah, he's done. All right.
A lot of people are going to be losing their jobs at Activision.
If the Titanic sinks and then the captain miraculously survives, do you hire him to steer your next ship?
No, you do. No.
No, I mean, no. That guy's got so much controversy on him anyway, about how he's treating his employees and all that he's got to go. Microsoft has no choice but get rid of him.
Yeah, there's going to be a large amount of cleanup, I imagine, a lot of shifting around from certain IPs to other parts of the internal system. Maybe Microsoft starts trickling some of their people within the already existing Activision ecosystem. Try to create some diversity, get some ideas flowing. It'd probably just do better for them, and then kind of lay out the groundwork for where they want to go for the next 5-10 years.
Just really restructure the entire publisher.
And I'm sure Microsoft knows this deal was probably going to go through anyway, and they've already been working with Activision Blizzard and what games are going to come out and all that. So
Speaking of games coming out, Game Pass might be really rocking here soon.
Yeah.
Well, that brings a strong point that I got an email as of this morning, them advising the prices will be changing. So I mean, like that, if that's not an already ongoing indication that A, they are most definitely increasing the prices, B, why would they substantially change the price if nothing's changed about Game Pass? They wouldn't do that. So they already have an idea. They must have some sort of backlog ready, something already handshaken with Activision to be like, all right, well, day one of this announcement, can we maybe get this game ready to fucking go on Game Pass, just like out the gate, so we have some reason for people to be excited behind it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
We're gonna be massive.
We're going to see a lot of new games from, well, not new games, but, games from Blizzard and Activision on Game Pass.
But will World of Warcraft come on Game Pass?
That was the thing I was just going to say. There are certain games that I question will, like, immediately be ported over. We made the mention before the podcast about, obviously with like Diablo 4 just releasing and still having that substantial price gate at the initial launch, I can't see them immediately porting that over to Game Pass, but maybe like you said, Tunable, with the Diablo 2 remaster or Diablo 3, we might see something like that go over. Will games like Overwatch, be brought into the Xbox like Game Pass, allowing you to get your loot box rewards on a subscription type of thing, or you get some extra incentive? Or again, if you do bring in World of Warcraft to the console setting, do you no longer pay a subscription for that game because you're already paying a subscription for Game Pass? Because that would be a pretty fair share or fair trade, I would say.
I'd say they'll do a discounted price for Game Pass. I say like it'll be half price for Xbox Game Pass ownership.
If I could play World of Warcraft for free just because I own Game Pass and not have to pay that monthly subscription just for the game, I might play it.
Yeah, me too. Might jump into it then.
I mean, they got like what? I don't know. I haven't played World of Warcraft in well over 10 years, but I mean, they must have like 11 to 13 DLC packs that have come out for that. Probably more. Yeah. Like, I don't know. So I can
They're
only
always
assume,
expanding
right?
on it. They're always expanding on it.
You even eliminate the subscription costs and just keep the DLCs as their own individual price tags. I mean, like, that alone is something to pull you in, be able to play the base game, get to so far and be like, man, I want the dragon update. I want to go fight dwarves and trolls. I don't fucking know. I haven't played it.
The Lynch King.
There you go. That's what I mean.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if that happens.
It'll be interesting.
But we've also got the Call of Duty thing.
We went over this last time, right? And I still think, again, with Call of Duty, they've already dotted their I's and T's and said, like, Call of Duty will be on Nintendo, it'll be on Xbox, it'll be on PlayStation for at least 10 years.
Yep.
It is what it is. Again, like, even with Activision being bought by Microsoft, I don't expect, and I know a lot of people have been making mention that they think that it's going to be like this grandiose change to the system, and they're going to like reinvent like Modern Warfare, or they're going to reinvent Warzone. Like, I don't see that happening, but
no.
It does allow for that ecosystem to eventually get to that point after 10 years, and PlayStation has time to come up and develop their own IP that has then some chance of, either challenging Call of Duty or at least pulling their own player log over for PlayStation like people.
Yeah, I mean, you got Siphon Filter, dude. Just make a new one of those like Call of Duty. I mean,
and to be honest, there is really not much competition for Call of Duty other than like Battlefield.
Yeah,
so, that's basically it.
So if they did come up with a new IP within the next 10 years and it was good, maybe Call of Duty gets some competition, and then you got your PlayStation exclusive that is the competitor to Call of Duty, and you sell more PlayStations. But
again, there's that new game that's coming out, the new Call of Duty style game, Defiant or something.
Yeah.
I mean, like, this is what I mean. Like, you got game companies that are creating alternative options already on PC, and I do believe that's coming to console at some point. But again, just do it. Don't be lazy. Yeah. Like, that's all it really is don't be lazy. Put the time in, do some research and development, quality control, and put out something people want to play.
Yep.
I agree.
I have a feeling a lot could be changing with Call of Duty as it is with, now Microsoft owns Activision. and the CEOs going. I have a feeling a lot of people within the companies losing their jobs. I have a feeling they're going to replace things, and I could see them potentially trying to improve on what a lot of people don't like Warzone 2.
People are so hooked on Call of Duty though, man, that they're going to play it regardless.
They do.
Of how bad it is.
I'm no big Call of Duty, or I don't play a lot of shooters, but I can you see people all over the place playing this game. So.
I mean, I used to be one of those people. I used to be addicted to Call of Duty from Call of Duty 2 all the way up till Advanced Warfare, where they did that mech shit.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, I'm done. I can't do this wall climbing crap in Call of Duty. I'm not going to do it no more. And I finally gave it up. But I was addicted. I was very good at it. And I stopped playing it.
Yeah, I just never got into shooters.
I think that speaks to our generation, and maybe maybe a bit younger than my generation, so Generation Z, whatever it is. Again, I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But having that after school, middle school, high school, background of hanging out with your friends and playing Rust 1v1, your mom situations. I mean, it brings back nostalgia for us to keep on playing that. But if we take a look at that game and other games that we have played, again, eventually the nostalgia does fall off, and you do need to start incentivizing the newer players with a reason to want to play it. Like the campaign in Modern Warfare 1 and 2 was something that brought a lot of people into it, having the Soap and Ghost, and there were character lines and things that were just outside the multiplayer. But the Warzone situation, it's not going to last forever. Again, how many times can you drop into the same map, pick up the same guns, get killed, and be like, all right, back to the lobby, I'm going to play another match? It's
You'd
not
be surprised
going to last forever.
You'd be surprised how many people will sit there and just do that for hours. But I will give you this: the Call of Duty games have always had good campaigns.
Mm-hmm.
They have. The campaigns have been awesome in Call of Duties, man. They're really in depth and good, and they had a good storyline to them. And I love playing the Call of Duty campaigns. That's just me.
Some of them are definitely stronger than others, like the whole no Russian mission. That's something that will stick to you because of just how different that is versus other games that have come out in that style of series of games. I wouldn't be able to go back and say I remember one mission from Battlefield, not one, but I can always remember no Russian from Call of Duty because it was just that jaw-dropping moment.
Yeah. I remember World at War. I remember you would be walking through the jungle, and then they would all pop up out of the grass wearing camouflage and attack you.
Skinny suits.
Yeah, then the sniper mission when you're in the city.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good.
It is good.
But I think Activision is going to change a lot. I think we're going to see changes to Call of Duty moving forward within the next year or so.
I would imagine.
Blizzard, I don't think much is going to change with Blizzard. I think Blizzard's their own monster.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Microsoft comes in.
It's hard to say, right? It's one of those things where Microsoft has been, and I say this with the kindest of intentions if anyone from Microsoft ends up coming in here and hearing this, but they've been having to kiss ass a lot for this whole deal to go through. It's hard to say really what their plans are after the fact. Once it's done, you don't really know. They could be all right, well, we've got it. We're at a point now where there's no longer going to be a power struggle in the years to come. We can just kind of do what we want. And, if you like it, great. That's going to be great for the players. And if you don't like it, well, we own it. It's our monopoly at this point. Yeah. We can do what we need to do. And if we feel like it's for the best, we're going to do it. That's it.
It was like you said the other day or last night, I think. This puts a lot on Microsoft's plate to deal with.
I think after the Redfall debacle, that Microsoft letting these companies do what they want is over. They're going to go in and they're going to micromanage all these companies now because they let Arcane do what they wanted to do with Redfall, and ZeniMax basically did it. And I think they learned their lesson. They're going to be like, nah, We're micromanaging y'all now.
I think that Microsoft is walking a very, very fine line after this right now, because again, like you said, like with that, obviously falling flat on your face and having one more title for this year to be your real star child. If Starfield doesn't hit all the marks and you put through this deal, you've really made sure that for the year 2023, you have one of two highlights. Either the fact that you bought this company and you have a great year ahead of you coming, or Starfield did so well because you gave them the reins to make a title that they really wanted to do, and you're going to, allow that creativity to kind of be within each individual company. But they cannot allow what happened with Redfall to happen again. Because that's going to be failure in years to come.
A lot of disappointment with Redfall. A lot of people.
Yeah, I'm number one person that was super hyped for it.
Yeah, I know.
And then me and Neck played it, and I was like, smacking my face.
My gun disappeared,
like,
and I was just finger gunning. It was so weird.
People falling through the maps, seeing the whole thing. Like,
I would go to aim down my sight, and it would give me an overtop world view, and I could just spin it around and look at the entire overview of the world. I was like, I don't think that's intended.
That game disappointed somebody. All right, so they did a 12 gig update on it. It's playable now. It's actually decent, but it shouldn't have released how it released.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was bad. When it came out, it was bad.
It's one of those situations that's kind of like Cyberpunk. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it can come out like Cyberpunk and be like a complete mess, but then it's a meme. I don't really feel like Redfall had that opportunity, that it was like funny. It was more just like a wow, disappointment, shame finger situation.
Yeah,
so I don't know
but if you go back and play it right now, it's actually pretty decent, because me and my dad played it, and it's a pretty good game now. It's just nobody's going to play it now. Even though it's on Game Pass and it don't cost nothing, nobody's going to play it. And they're just waiting on Starfield now. That's all they're doing.
That's the thing. When a company releases a broken game, there's a lot of people that'll just accept the fact that that's a broken game, and they'll just never play it at that point. Like, you're going to have your people that will come back to it later, but a majority of people, once they hear that the game is broken, they're just never going to play it.
Agreed.
It happens all the time. It's the reason I never played Cyberpunk, and I know they fixed that game, apparently.
Yeah. And again, it's
I do want to
DLC
play it.
and stuff.
I do want to eventually play it. I mean, Diablo came out pretty broken. People still play it.
It's still a little broken.
It's still a little broken. Yeah.
They still have the memory leak issue, and I guess there was a big hot fix not long ago for the Necromancer, where whenever he'd use Bloodlance, he could fucking crash the game.
Did you see the build that one shots Lilith?
No, I don't think I've seen that.
And the Necromancer, it's one shot. He one shot dead. It kills the what's the second part of Lilith?
The Lilith. I know what you mean.
The in-game Lilith, like after the storyline, after like the in-game Lilith.
Uber Lilith.
Uber Lilith, yeah. There's a Necromancer build that one shots her.
That's crazy. I have to look that up.
Yeah, look it up.
But we've got some new releases coming. They were just announced the other day. We got the Jurassic Park collection and the Gex collections coming. Games that most of the Jurassic Park games were Super Nintendo games. And I remember playing a few of those when I was a kid, but I definitely remember playing Gex.
Gex is Gex is like if you took a comedy with a lizard and threw it into a game. That's what it's like.
I always really enjoyed the Gex games. The Jurassic Park games, I don't really have fond memories of like enjoying them, but it is cool to see them being re-released.
The Super Nintendo Jurassic Park games are super fun. They're challenging. Yeah, but not that challenging. You can get through the Jurassic Park games with Super Nintendo. It was I think that's why they chose not to put the Genesis version, because that game, let me tell you, the rage that I have towards the Genesis version is unreal. But the Super Nintendo versions are fun, hard, but fair, challenging games. and they're very, very. The game I'd like to see them that I would have loved to see them play put in there would have been the Game Gear version of Jurassic Park. That's the one that I had when Game Gear first came out, and that was the perfect Jurassic Park game.
I don't think I've ever played that one.
The Game Gear version.
Like I said, guys, I'm old, and I've played a lot of games in my life.
See, I had a Game Gear, and I had it for one reason. When Mom and Dad said go to bed, turn the lights out, I would just put the covers over me, and I'd turn that Game Gear on because it had a backlit screen.
Hey, he got all of 2 hours on those 6 AA batteries.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude, they lasted literally 2 to 3 hours, and your 6 AA batteries were gone.
Yep.
At least the Game Boy Color gave you at least like 8 hours. Holy
yeah,
God.
that's because it's backlit. It didn't have backlit screen.
Baby, you
Game
put the
Boy Color
link cable attachments in there, and you're like,
yeah, but still, this was a straight up CRT backlit screen on the Game Gear. It was impressive technology back then. It was far superior than the Game Boy. Don't get me. I played my Game Gear way more, but my dad went and bought us all power adapters, so we had to plug ours in and play it because he wasn't going to buy batteries every 5
obviously.
minutes.
We always had like the little the rechargeable batteries with like it was like a little like rectangle box, and you have to put all the batteries into it and you recharge them. But that only lasted so long because every time you recharged them, they were
it killed it a little bit.
Yeah, they wouldn't last as long as the time before that.
Technology wasn't as good back then.
No. But I definitely love the Gex games. I'm actually kind of excited for that.
Played
one.
The Gex games will be fun. People will enjoy them. I'm glad they're finally bringing those games where people like can play and enjoy the Gex, because I'm telling you right now, like the tail slapping, the power ups you get where you can breathe fire, the wall climbing, the platforming in that game, and just the comedic part of it is just absolutely amazing, dude. They're fantastic games, but they are challenging.
Yeah, they're not easy. I didn't even know about the announcement of this. I didn't realize there was like this little showcase the other day.
Yeah, no, that was what was it called?
It was
I'm not sure.
I'm thinking about it. I'll get back to
there was a lot of announcements in that trailer, and it was a lot of like I wouldn't say remakes, just re-releases of games.
Yeah, a lot of like HD remasters and stuff.
Yeah, but the big they closed it out with Jurassic Park and Gex. Like that was the big finale, and it's pretty huge. I can't wait to play Gex again. That's going to be fun. But we've also got some DLC to talk about. The Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge is getting a DLC, and it's for Shredder.
That'd be awesome, dude. I cannot wait. I love Shredder's
tired
Revenge.
Of playing the good guys? Do you want a taste of the evil? Become Shredder.
Dude, Shredder's Revenge to this day is the best Ninja Turtles game ever made. Shredder's Revenge is. It is.
It like, other than playing the other ones for nostalgic standpoints, like Turtles in Time is still one of my favorite.
Yeah, I mean it is, but Shredder's Revenge is the best version of Ninja Turtles.
It is
so good.
It is the most polished, and it is fun. it really brings back that nostalgic vibe to like the beat 'em up Ninja Turtle games.
It's really got great, again, really good color palette and art style on that one as well. It pops so well.
And Casey Jones Rex in it.
Yeah, that was the other thing. You could play with up to 6 people. Like,
yeah.
Back in the day, I think the most you could have was 4, and you would need you would need the adapter for your NES.
Oh my god, I remember that adapter for the Super Nintendo, dude. That thing, it was so stupid.
Expensive.
Inexpensive. It was so stupid and expensive.
But yeah, we got the Shredder DLC, and it's kind of like you get to play as Shredder, and it's what would you call it?
It's a survival.
Yeah,
you basically
that was the word I was
survival
looking for.
mode. Like you literally just non-stop enemies are coming in.
Hordes
and
of enemies.
You just got to defeat him. And once you defeat Shredder, you get to play as him, which is freaking ridiculous. Dude, you get to play as Shredder. I am going to do that. I'm going to play as Shredder 1,000%.
Like, who doesn't want to play with Shredder? Let's be
No crap, dude. What game?
Yeah.
What Ninja Turtle game have you ever got to play with Shredder? I can't remember
And
one.
he's a beast in the end as well. Like as a final boss, especially in the like actual like NES and SNES versions. Like once you get to that, if you weren't like ready, like if you didn't have all your turtles at that point, you were pretty well like, well, that was a great run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you get to
You're
be like,
dead.
well, I hope you had a great run.
And back then, you didn't just restart the level you were on. It sent you
No.
back to the
Yeah.
beginning of the game.
You're playing the whole game again. But again, the games back then only lasted 2 or 3 hours. It's just they were so freaking hard that
Yeah.
that 2 or 3 hours would turn into 2 years.
Truly, honestly.
Like literally.
I remember, running through like Turtles in Time with my buddy like hundreds of times and getting like to Crane or fucking Shredder and then dying and then having to start
Ugh.
all over.
Mm-hmm.
It's horrible, but great at the same time.
But you're like, I made it there. We're getting back there, and we're going to beat him this time. And that was the point of it.
And
They
I
also led way to the Spider-Man games that were like in the same style that were also extremely difficult. Separation anxiety, like they very much felt like the TMNT games, except again, same situation. You get like 3 lives, get killed, be like all the way back to the beginning of the game. Start over, kid. No
Maximum
love.
carnage, buddy. The red cartridge.
Oh, man.
they even had
Maximum carnage.
they even had the Power Rangers games that were kind of like
Yeah.
that.
Oh god, dude! Power
beat 'em
Rangers for Super Nintendo is fucking top tier. If you have not played the Power Ranger games for the Super Nintendo, you need to go somehow purchase it or buy it and play it.
I
Yeah,
remember
those were
watching
good
you play that on stream, and it was.
I beat it. I
you
beat
did.
it on stream. It was fantastic. I love that game.
All those Power Ranger games were good. And well, one of them, I think I can't remember which one. It was actually in the style of like the old Ninja Turtle beat 'em up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the one I got. That's the Super Nintendo one. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Super Nintendo is just like Ninja Turtles beat 'em up. It's
Yeah.
fantastic, dude.
Love that game.
Mm.
But yeah, we're getting that Shredder's Revenge DLC, so you're gonna be able to play as Shredder and survive as long as you can. I don't know what really happens or if there's like a goal to it.
No, I think there is like a kind of like a storyline too, but it includes a survival mode.
Yeah.
So there's going to be more story missions, but it includes that survival mode also.
Okay.
What was the timeline on that? For release?
I'm not sure when that's coming out.
Hold on.
They just announced it, so
It was announced in June, and there's no timeline on it.
Not yet.
They haven't
Oh, okay.
announced. Yeah, they haven't put a timeline on it yet.
that's unfortunate. We don't know when that's coming out, but it's something to look forward to. That's for sure. But guys, there's something new we want to do this week. We came up with this fun little idea. We all three picked 3 games from the Nintendo. This is all going to be Nintendo 64. We all picked 3 games. We put them in a random generator, and it's kind of like Smash or Pass, but we're calling this segment "Play It or Throw It Away," and we're gonna go ahead and generate our first game, see what we get, and we're all 3 gonna give our opinions. Play it or throw it away. All right. So the first game, let's see what we got here. And the first game is going to be Doom 64. Who would like to start?
I'm gonna throw it away.
Any
All
reason?
right, go ahead, Ray. Sorry.
The reason is simple enough. If I want to play Doom, I'm not playing it with an N64 controller.
I feel that.
Again, like it is the worst controller to play on if you're playing a shooter. Second, if I want to play Doom, like especially that version of Doom, I'm gonna play it on PC. It's the tried and true method. It's the nostalgia of when I was a kid and the first time I ever played it. I'm not playing it on the N64. It's gonna lack the same shaders because they had to dumb it down just to get it on the same, like, on the cart. Like, it's just not the same experience overall.
Right, I feel that. I'm gonna have to agree with you on this. I think I throw it away as well. Uh, After playing like Doom Eternal, it's hard to go backwards in time and play other Doom games now. Like, it's nostalgic to go back and play like the first Doom, or whatever, the classic style Doom, like the original Doom. Like, it's but those games have not aged very well. They're rough to play now. I mean, they're playable, but they're rough.
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna play a Doom game, I'm probably just gonna play one of the newer ones. But what do you think, Toon?
All right. If we're going to 15-year-old TuneablePower, I'm playing it because it's an amazing game, and nothing was like it on the N64 other than a few games. And if it's nowadays tunable, it's getting thrown in the damn garbage. 100%. I'm not playing with an N64 controller.
Yep.
You can't play the game on LCD, LED, or plasma TVs or nothing like that because it's so dark. You can't even brighten it up enough to even see what the hell you're even doing. But they do have an Xbox Game Pass version of it, and I haven't played it yet. So
gonna give it a try.
I'll give it a try.
But we're still throwing it away.
We're still throwing it away.
But the 64 version's getting dumped off,
It's getting dumped off.
All right, let's get our next. We're gonna do, I think, maybe 5 of these. Next game. Let's see what we get. And the next game is Goemon's Great Adventure. Have you even played this game or know what it is, mate? So I'm just gonna throw it away. All right, so mate's throwing it away. He's never played it. I don't know if you guys know what I'm just saying. If you don't know what Goemon's Great Adventure is, I would definitely check it out. There was another game made for that series, but it's pretty much a 2D platformer where you're the hero Goemon, and it's a fun game. I play it. I would definitely play this one. This is on Play It for sure. Like, that game was so much fun. I have very fond memories of playing that as a kid on the Nintendo 64. It was one of like the first 3 games that my parents bought me when I got my Nintendo 64 back in the day, and I loved it, and I still love it to this day.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Neck on that. I'm gonna play the hell out of it. Me and my brothers used to just absolutely love playing it. And there's another version of the Goemon. He's in there too on the N64, and it all around. I don't know why he's not in more games like nowadays. The
What
game
happened to that series?
What happened to that series? Because it's a fantastic series that challenges you, and it's so much fun. Like, God, I just want to fire it up right now and play it. I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it.
All right. Well, let's see what our third game of the Play It or Throw Away is. And it looks like it's going to be Hexen 64.
Guys, if you want to play something that's like Doom, but with wizards, this is for you. It literally looks just like Doom. There's no difference between it, but it's a little bit brighter colored, so it like you could see what the hell you're doing, even if you play it today's standards.
Yeah.
But no, you get power ups, and you got a wand, and it's an awesome game. It's so much fun. It's Doom you're a Doom guy, but you're a wizard, and you get power ups. It's awesome.
So he's clearly going for play.
I'm playing it. I'm playing Hexen 100%. I'm playing it. I've played it. I got the cartridge. I've already played it and beat it again, and nowadays, and I love it. The fucking game's awesome.
This is going to be a hot take for me. I'm throwing it away. I have a hard time going back to that style of game where you don't really aim your gun or anything like, or your spells, and you just fucking turn and be in the general direction and fire. That's not as fun as I guess modern games nowadays. It's hard for me to go back and play a game like that because it didn't age well, really.
I mean, it didn't age well. I agree with that.
It's
still fun.
Back in the day, it was fun, but if I was to play it today, I would probably throw it away.
I think that, again, Hexen and other titles that came out much in the same style of it, Quake, Blood, Turok, I guess you could even say, they all have this disfavor of the N64 controller being your weapon, honestly. Now, because
I agree with you on that, dude.
we're on that for this week and we're doing N64 titles, I am also going to throw it away. But I will give it the credit of saying that Hexen was also available on the PlayStation as well as the PC and the Saturn. So there were some other options that maybe I would have considered, like saying play it, because I do still like some of these games, specifically that one in Blood. But yeah, because I'm playing with a triangle, she's gone, boys.
Hexen on the Saturn would have been kind of lit, dude, because you could have got the 3D controller.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to buy that and try it. I'm gonna have to do it.
All right, so our next game. Let's see. It is Star Fox 64.
Easy.
I think this is an easy one, guys. I think we all three play this. I think
as it goes without saying. If anyone
Yeah.
says they throw it away, like, I'm gonna go find you. Like,
If you throw away Star Fox 64, you don't deserve to ever play any game in history of mankind again, because that game is a masterpiece.
and it had so much replayability because there
Yeah.
were different paths and you could go and different, there were tons of secrets in the game too.
tons of secrets.
Other than the
two
frog
different
guy, he
endings.
pissed me off. He pissed me off all the time, dude. Fucking hated that guy. But you know what? Other than that, dude, the fucking game was
You
awesome.
didn't like Slippy? Oh god.
No, I didn't like Slippy. Slippy sucks, dude.
See, I love the.
crash.
Yeah, that pissed me off. Like when I was a teenager, like when that game came out, I was like, dude, this guy's annoying, man. Why does he keep popping up on my screen?
Yeah, I love the Star Fox games on the Super Nintendo. And when I got the N64 one,
Oh yeah.
I was
Oh, yeah.
overjoyed. I couldn't play it enough.
Yeah, I put a lot of playthroughs in that game, like before I even knew about secret endings or the alternative map methods to getting to these other. There were times that I seen the other levels and I just assumed like you had to be like beating the game 5 times before you even had the option of doing it. I didn't know you could just take this secret path and go that way. And I still played it 50 trillion times, just being like, I'll get there, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, it was just one of those games that had a lot of replayability. Like every
good.
playthrough you did was different, or you got one secret but you didn't get this secret, or you decided to go to this planet instead of this planet. And every time you played, it was just your own adventure, kind of. And it also had some of the funnest multiplayer on the N64. When if you had a group of your buddies over and you had 4 controllers,
Oh yeah.
that was fun.
Yeah.
Me and my brothers played me and my brothers, boy, 3 controllers. We were having at it. It was awesome.
My A button never ever felt a beating as bad as me playing Star Fox. Just like smash, 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 smash.
Rick was doing this.
Oh yeah. I got so good at it that it would just be like.
All right, our next game. Let's see. We got Pokemon Stadium 2.
Easy.
Who wants to go first?
Play it again. How do you not play that game? It has mini games and it has the background of you're playing Mario Party, but you also have the Game Boy version of being able to do trainer battles, but in full 3D. You get this really sometimes annoying announcer, but he's still got a great voice. You get all these, additional Pokemon that you didn't have in the first one, so you've got all the Gen 2. Again, it's just a great game.
Yeah, I'm going to go with play it as well, because my main reason for playing it is you can actually play your actual Game Boy cartridge on your N64, play the Game Boy game. and switch between that and Pokemon Stadium 2. You could literally just load right into your game on your N64 and play Pokemon from the Game Boy on your 64, which was really cool. And the one downside of Pokemon Stadium 2 is if you're going to play that game, you have to have an N64. You have to have the attachment. You have
pack.
The transfer pack. You have to have all that stuff. Otherwise, there's no reason to even attempt it. But yeah, I play it. I play it all day. I love Pokemon. I've always been a Pokemon guy, so love that game.
I mean, I agree with both y'all. I'm gonna play it. I mean, I didn't play much of Pokemon Stadium 2. I played Pokemon Stadium 1 religiously, but 2 I kind of didn't play much because I think that went for gold and silver and yeah, I didn't really get into those. That's when I kind of got out of Pokemon for a while, and
go back.
But I'm gonna still play it because I want to play it.
So
we're gonna get it and play it.
So good.
They're definitely worth a playthrough. You guys want to do one more? Or should we just get into the game deals of the week?
One more.
I'm
enjoying it.
One more. Let's see what we got. One more.
All right, this is the last one. Let's see what we get. What did Santa bring me? All right, this is going to be an easy one too. Mario Party.
Jesus Christ, that's going to be a play 100%. I mean, if you got 3 friends, 3 brothers, 3 sisters, who gives a shit what you got? 3 dads, 3 moms, you're going to play Mario Party. It's the Mario Party on the N64 was the epitome of the funnest family friend game on the planet.
It was like the first universal party game where anybody could pick it up and play it, and it was fun.
Oh, buddy.
That is a no-brainer.
That is the game that ruined my N64 controllers.
Yeah.
That is the game that ruined friendships for me.
Yeah, that okay too. It will ruin friendships and family members for you. I mean, but you'll come together at the end and love each other, so it's all good.
It had the mini games where you'd have to take the N64. Hold on, let me grab this real quick.
Buddy.
You would have to take your N64 controller and you would have to spin the stick as fast as you could. And everybody and their brother did this.
Oh, yeah.
And you would literally rub the skin off your palm and break your controller.
Yeah. Nintendo knew what they were doing in the moments that they devised these mini games. So they're like, all right, so we need to get the sales of our controllers up because they're too good. Well, what if we just get them to rotate it as hard as they can? I mean, we'll take skin off their hand too, just as punishment, you know?
Those joysticks wore out like a motherfucker on the N64 if you did stuff like that.
Yeah.
They got the controller sales by Mario Party, dude, and Turok.
People want to complain about stick drift nowadays? Try having the stick drift on that thing. There ain't no fixing it either.
No stick drift. It would just dangled.
Yeah, your stick, instead of being like this, it would just be like...
Yeah, it would be like this. It'd just be sitting to the side.
Yeah, it just get loosey-goosey.
Oh, God dang it.
100% play.
Yeah,
so many
I think it's 100% play for all 3 of us. I think.
Oh, God dang right. It's 100,000.
I would still play it today.
I'll play it right now. Like, if y'all wanted to play it right now, I'd play it.
That is the monopoly of, again, video game style board games. Like, that is the tried and true. Yeah. I try and even tell me there's a game that even competes with that. I would be like, no.
Yeah, and then you throw Mario on top of it and all the,
all the characters. Yeah, and again, even in the later titles, like if we were to go into, I think, up till Mario Party 3, again, they bring in, Wario and Donkey Kong and, all these other characters that, are from the other IPs.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
And the mini games were fun, too. They were all fun. Except the ones where you rub the skin off your fucking palm. But
I mean, I didn't even hate them. I just get mad at my brother for beating me.
My buddy'd be like, "You want to play another game?" I'd be like, "Dude, I have no skin on my hand. I can't play another game."
Dude, you had to take your finger and do this.
You'd have to incorporate new ways to do it.
You'd be like 3/4 of the way through the game and have 2 turns left, and then they'd be like, "Oh, I landed on a Bowser," and they would be like, "Ha ha ha ha! Trade all your stars with the other player," and then you'd be like, Just getting ready to jump across the table to beat the shit out of your brother. Like, did you just do that? Did you just do that?
That was a dick move. But all right, that's gonna be. If you guys enjoyed this segment, don't forget to go like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, go follow us on Spotify.
Let us know.
Comment below.
If you enjoyed the play it or throw away segment, let us know down in the comments. Would you guys play these games or would you throw them away? Talk to us.
What console would you want? What
console do y'all want next?
What do you want? What do you want to hear? Let us know.
Which console do you want next?
We're gonna try to do this again next week.
You pick our games for us.
Yeah, you guys pick. Put the games down in the comments what you want to see. Next week we could go with any console. Doesn't matter to me. But right now we're gonna get into our game deals of the week.
Sweet. You guys. Sorry. You want to go first? You go first.
I'm going first this week. I'm going first week. Cause I got to because for at 80% off this week, guys, on the Nintendo Switch for $9.99. You got the BioShock collection. I mean, come on. The BioShock collection is $9.99. You get 3 of some of the best games on this damn planet for $10. That's $3.33 a game. That will give you damn near half a year or a year's worth of entertainment. You're going to take a trip down the Rapture. You're going to face some big daddies. You're going to have some little girls that come at you, but you don't mind them. But you're going to get power-ups. The game is absolutely amazing. It's like a post-apocalyptic world where like this guy designed a city underwater to get away from the real world, but it all turned to shit. And I'm telling you right now, if you haven't played BioShock, I don't know what's wrong with you to begin with, but go play all 3 of those. It's $10 for all 3. Just go buy it. I'm done.
BioShock's definitely a great series.
Is that the remastered ones?
Yes, it's remastered. All 3 of the remastered for $10, dude.
I mean, play that.
If you haven't bought that yet, I mean, Jesus.
All right, guys. This week, I'm going with Steam again. We got another game on Steam. You can pick up all the Lego games on discount right now, like Indiana Jones, Star Wars, all that. They're all on discount. But the one I definitely recommend is Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. You can get the Galactic Edition with all the DLC, all the extra characters. It's 67% off, and you can pick it up for $23, which is a steal. If you've ever played any of the Lego games, you know what you're getting into. If you love the Lego games, and especially if you're a Star Wars fan, you're going to love this game. You'll get to play through all 9 of the films, and you get to play as a ton of different characters, even in the expanded universe. So it's definitely worth a play. It's 67% off. It's a good time. You can play it with your friends. It's multiplayer. I would definitely pick this up if you're looking for, your next Lego game to play, or if you just haven't played a Lego game yet. This is the time to get into them because they're all on sale on Steam. So, Lego Star Wars, get you that Star Wars, baby.
It's badass.
You guys love Diablo 2, right?
Yeah.
And you guys like the Vampire Survivor that came out just a little while ago?
I mean, I do.
And we loved it.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
Well, here we go. This deal of the week, unfortunately, is not on sale itself, but it is cheap enough to call it a deal in itself. So, Halls of Torment is a survival roguelike that can easily kill 30 minutes or more at a time, and it always feels fresh and rewarding. So you get a choice of different character classes with their own unique items and certain weapons that are built into, their individual play styles, while also maintaining new unlockable skills as you progress through the challenges that'll give you different upgrades. Much like the Vampire Survivors, it is, swarms of waves of enemy types that come in, you kill them, you pick up diamonds, you level up and get these extra attributes across each individual run, and you try to last as long as you possibly can. So for the low price of $6.50 in Canadian, or for my American friends in the US of A, you can get it for $4.99. And I would highly suggest giving it a try, guys. If you like Diablo 2 and the aesthetic that game had, it is almost identical, but with the Vampire Survivors gameplay loop. go play it.
Yeah, I was definitely addicted to Vampire Survivors for a while.
I'm gonna buy it.
It's definitely I was watching Asmongold play it, and I was like, holy shit, this is like Vampire Survivors 2.0. Same game.
Fun. So fun.
But that's it for today, guys. Let us know what you think of the Xbox and versus the FTC and the FTC appealing. What do you guys think about Activision and Blizzard and what's going to happen with Call of Duty? Are you guys excited for Jurassic Park and the Gex collection? Because we are. Shredder's Revenge DLC. I'll be getting that day one. Let us know what you guys think. Are you guys going to be getting that DLC? If you guys like the play it or throw away section, let us know. We'll keep doing it. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Just let us know. And if you want games to be in it, let us know down in the comments. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Spotify. You can listen to us in your car on your way to work. Everything's gravy, baby. But that's gonna be it for this week. That's Made 'em Wrecked. That's Tunable Power, and we are out. We'll see you next Monday. Peace.